Good morning, everyone. Back with yet another interesting session, especially for all those aiming to crack the NEET MDS. It is image-based questions in public health dentistry. They have not been asked very frequently, but considering the level of examination which is going higher and higher, they are expected to be there. So it's a good revision for all those people who wish to crack the entrance. Please go through those individual diagrams carefully. If any doubt, please do ask me on WhatsApp or on the YouTube video. The first question, in the following chain, identify the missing link. This is basically the communication chain that we have whenever there are two individuals or groups or an individual and a group communicating. It's a sender message and the missing link is channel. That is whichever channel that we are using for providing the health education or any form of communication that we are having. It could be audio, video, it could be both AV. So that is the channel. The next question is, which method of sampling does the picture depict? This you can see that there is one individual. Again, the arrow points to two individuals. Those two individuals again further point to further more individuals. This is basically the snowball sampling. Now, snowball sampling plays an important role in qualitative research, especially when we are trying to do studies which are related to stigma-associated diseases, like, for example, drug users or sex workers. So, snowball sampling comes to use in such scenarios. The third question is, what does the diagram depict? It is nothing but determinants of health. You all can see the various determinants of health at different levels and how they play a role on the health of an individual. Next is the identify the missing factor in the following Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion. This is basically the concept of health promotion was come ahead after seeing that health education takes quite a long time to actually bring about a change in the community, and hence health promotion was the concept which was given in the Ottawa Charter. And it says that along with the health education that we provide, there need to be reforms made in the environment which can bring about the change a little more earlier compared to health education. And the missing link here is reorienting the health services. It's not come in red, sorry, it's reorienting the health services towards whatever is required, reorienting the health services in the community so that we bring about the health related change earlier. Then, which of the following data is missing in the common risk factor diagram? Now, common risk factor diagram or the approach is basically given by Richard Watt and Aubrey Sheham, and what they say is, it is we all know that health is a multifactorial disease, but lot of cross connections are there between various disease and various factors. Like tobacco does play a role in oral cancer, it plays a role in precancerous lesions, it does have a role on the lung disorders, and it does have a role in liver problems. So that is how tobacco as one factor can play a role on different organs of the body. So, this particular diagram was given to say that various factors, internal and external, can play a role on the different types of disease and body systems of the individual. So, the correct answer here is diet and smoking. That is the missing link that is there. Please look at the diagram carefully and see what are the factors that play a role. Now, identify the instrument. You can see that there are two black bands, and so it is the CPITN probe with two bands, 3.5 and 8.5. This is basically the clinical probe. If there is only one black band from 3.5 to 5.5, it is the epidemiological probe. Then what does this image represent? It is oral health related quality of life. So see to it that you can see the different diagrams or the components of oral health related quality of life. Then looking at this is an image based diagram. Now see, identify the missing data, that is the number 1 and 2. The answer is systematic review and randomized control trial. One is systematic review. Systematic review and meta-analysis stand at the top of the evidence-based triangle, and the next comes randomized control trial. Then we have this diagram. I hope it is clear enough to see. Which approach of health promotion does this diagram depict? It is the upstream downstream approach. Now you can see what is happening. There are different manufacturers, and because of those factories there are people falling into the river, and at the downstream there are people in the ambulance and a hospital wherein people are taking out those people from the river and taking to the hospital. Now this is upstream downstream approach. What does this say? That instead of producing chocolates and biscuits which children anyway eat, and then children are treated for dental caries, we can as well stop eating those biscuits and chocolates which could all directly prevent dental caries and the further treatment. What does this logo depict? This is nothing but the logo of NRHM, that is National Rural Health Mission. Now this diagram is nothing but the level NRHM infrastructure. You can also see the logo behind. So look at all those, how where Asha Anganwadi workers work, where the sub health center level, and then the PHC level. So just have a look at this, because these are important diagrams from the public health point of view. Then which is it, missing link in the planning cycle? This is the planning cycle which we have whenever we have any health programs planned. So the answer here is implementation, because we start with assessing the need, then identifying and prioritizing the health requirements, then we set goals and objectives, then we develop a strategy, then we implement it, and then we monitor and evaluate it. The next question is, which of the statements are true regarding the diagram shown? Look at the diagram. This is the diagram. It's the iceberg phenomena. Options are, it is a metaphor emphasizing that every health problem, the number of known cases of the disease is outweighed by those that remain undiscovered, much as the unseen part of an iceberg is much larger than the part that is visible above the water. It is true for dental caries. The submerged population is the one which is undiagnosed or pre-symptomatic or carriers in the community. All the statements are true. The answer is all the statements are true, because all of these depict what is the iceberg phenomenon. Now the next question is, consider this jar to be the population. If what is entering the jar is incidence, because incidence is the new cases in the community, and what is going out of the jar is the death and cure, that is all those people who die because of the disease or they may be cured because of the disease, then what is there inside the jar? The answer is prevalence, because prevalence is the number of old and new cases that are present at one particular time in the community. Now, next question is, which type of study design is depicted in this image? Also, which type of risk can be calculated with this study design? Now, what we can see in the diagram is that cases and controls are there, and there are exposed, unexposed, which we calculate, and exposed, and what is shown is that the study is moving in front of time and exposed, unexposed are behind. So that means to say that this is a case control study, and the ratio that we can calculate here is odds ratio. Now, what type of study design is depicted in this image, and under which type of epidemiology does it come? Now, what we can see is there is a population, it is going ahead in time. First, people are exposed, and then people with outcome and without outcome are developed. So, this is basically the cohort study, and it comes under analytical epidemiology. What is the heart of this type of study design? When you look at the diagram, you know that it is a randomized control trial, and the heart of RCT is nothing but randomization. Now, what does this diagram signify? Look at the diagram carefully. This diagram basically is the advantage of screening that we see in the population. Now, detection programs should be done to concentrate on those conditions where time lag between the disease onset and the final critical point is sufficiently long to be suitable for population screening. Now, what you can see, the lead time is the advantage gained by screening, that is the period between the diagnosis by early detection and diagnosis by other means. So when we calculate the advantage of screening, we do B minus 1 A, because A is what we would have the condition of the patient would have happened without early diagnosis. And B is something that we would have diagnosed it early because of screening, and the outcome would be different. So the answer is advantage of screening, lead time. Next, we come to the demographic cycle in the history of the world population suggests 5 stages. Which one is missing in this diagram? Now, I would like to tell you all the different stages first. The first stage of the demographic cycle is high stationary, where there is high birth rate and high death rate. India was in this stage till 1920. Then there is early expanding stage, where the death rate begins to decline but the birth rate remains unchanged. Many countries in South Asia and Africa are in this stage right now. Then there is late expanding stage, where the death rate declines further and the birth rate also tends to fall. India is in this stage now, and China and Singapore have shown a birth rate which has declined rapidly because they took a lot of measures for population explosion. Then there is low stationary phase. That is the answer for this particular question. Low stationary phase is where there is low birth rate and low death rate. Zero population growth was observed in Austria in 1980 itself, and 0.1% growth rate is being seen in the countries like UK, Denmark, Sweden, Belgium. Then the last stage is declining, is the very late expanding stage, where there is declining birth rate and the birth rate is lower than the death rate. What would that mean? That as many people are dying, that many people are not being born. So here the East European countries like Germany and Hungary are in these stages. So this is another question, which India has entered which stage? High stationary, early expanding, late expanding and low stationary. So it's early expanding. So it is late expanding stage. Now, what does this diagram depict? Now, these diagrams you just need to know how they look like and remember them. This is a slow sand filter for water purification. Then, what does this particular diagram depict? It is a rapid sand filter for again water purification. This is a method of purification of water on a small scale. Can you name the method? It is a double pot method. How much percentage of the population does the marked area 1, 2, 3 cover? Now this is the normal distribution curve or the Gaussian curve. Please have a look at the diagram very carefully and nicely. Almost the answer is given with the diagram that is there. So answer is C, that is the 68% of the population comes in plus and minus 1 standard deviation. 95% of the population comes in plus or minus 2 standard deviation, and 99% of the population is accommodated in plus or minus 3 standard deviation. Which form of data collection is used in this diagram? The answer here is focused group discussion. Not many of you would be aware, because this is a method of qualitative research data collection method, and it is specially used when you have a few people who are experts in that particular field and they give you information. Now this particular type of method is used when we do not have a baseline already. It is done for newer methods, newer techniques, newer treatment modalities. So whenever, or newer diagnostic modalities, whenever we are expecting something, we are trying to do something new and we do not have any baseline data, we try to create that baseline data with the help of focused group discussion. This is where there are 6 to 12 individuals who sit in a circle. There is a moderator. There is a note taker, because everything that is spoken about that particular topic has to be recorded. There are also tape recorders kept so that we do not miss out any information. So this is the focused group method, an important method of data collection, especially in the qualitative research. Thank you very much. Do come back with any queries, and also if any doubts, anything that you have do not know, please do comment in the YouTube link, or you can also WhatsApp me with the number for any doubts related to public health dentistry. Thank you very much. Do subscribe to the channel of Edge Dental PG to see more such educational videos, and which will help you crack the NEET MDS.